Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining us again for another video. We are doing My Friend Watches Spider-Man No Way Home. It's been a minute since we've got the crew together. We got a couple people missing. Jenna was here when Jen and I got here, but she had to leave for work. Unfortunately, she was on call. And Jeremy has COVID, so he could not be here either. But I asked him to shoot a little mini review for the end when we kind of give our final thoughts, so stick around to see some of that. Prime is here. I was gonna say he had a baby. His wife just had a baby just the other day, so he's here away from his family to be with us.
You make it sound worse than it is. We're in our 3-hour window-ish. I fed her and stuff before I left, and I'm gonna go right back, so we need to get on it. Let's get this movie done. But we're back.
You left your child by herself? Got it.
And then Jen and I have already seen Spider-Man No Way Home. We did a review when it was out in theaters. If you'd like to check that out, you can check it out here. We gave our initial thoughts. I have seen this movie a handful of times since then, so I am super hyped and super excited. How are you feeling watching it again? This will be your second time watching it, right?
Correct. Second time. I'm actually happy to see it a second time because I feel like I gain more of a viewpoint, a better viewpoint seeing something the second time around, especially with something like Spider-Man, because we were so hyped to see it that first time. I mean, I think it's very possible that I may not have seen certain scenes in the way that I should have, or just maybe even little Easter eggs. I don't know if there were. So I'm excited to see it the second time.
Prime, how many times have you seen this?
I've seen it twice. Twice in the theater. The first time is kind of like the overwhelming, oh wow, and then the second time's a little bit trying to pay attention to the more smaller like Easter eggs and seeing how much they actually went into.
And I'm super stoked to watch it again. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I've raved about it for quite a while. Obviously, it's Spider-Man, and I felt like it lived up to the hype. That's just me. Matt, it's been a while since we've seen any Marvel movie, Spider-Man or otherwise. If you recall, when we did Spider-Man Far From Home, I'm gonna see if you remember this. He's already rolling his eyes at me. Mysterio, you remember him?
I already don't recall.
Blamed Spider-Man for the whole drone thing and blamed him for killing like all these people. Any of this ringing a bell?
Guy that looked like the Bumblebee? No, that was Ant-Man, sorry. Nope, lost it.
No.
Yeah, he had like a fishbowl on his head, and I think he made some comments about that.
What was that cartoon? Is it Modern Family? No, it's not. American Dad, that's the only thing. I don't know. I know nothing. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, they're gonna give a slight recap, just a little one.
Good.
And barely, I guess. It's gonna just really not that much of a recap. But any questions, just let us know. How are you feeling going into Spider-Man No Way Home? Also, has anything been spoiled for you?
You can't spoil this. I am the king of ignorance, okay? So, I mean, I don't believe what I see, what I hear, and my feed probably doesn't look like yours just because, you know, I don't typically consume a bunch of this stuff by myself. So no, nothing's been spoiled. I've actually already forgotten the title of this movie, and you said it 5 minutes ago.
How are you feeling going into it?
You know, honestly, I feel rusty. I feel rusty at watching movies, especially with my people here. Excited, sure, because we're doing this and it's kind of a thing, but I feel rusty. I really do.
How do you think Matt's gonna react to this movie?
Ooh.
I think he's gonna find it mediocre, honestly. I'm hopeful that he'll like it because I enjoyed it, but I think it's gonna be mediocre for him. I don't think it's gonna be anything that he's like, oh, this is great. Just because I think that he really likes those heartwarming stories, and you know, for Holden, it is along that line. But I think to the general viewer, I don't think that it's gonna be anything special. But here's hoping.
I'll tell you what he's gonna do. He's gonna, what the hell was that? It's gonna, all these things that are gonna happen that we know about. What the hell's going on? He's not gonna, there's gonna be too much.
Because it's been so long since we've done one of these, I try to remember that not everybody knows who Matt is, and we started doing the reactions a while back. But most everyone knows Jen now.
I mean, I guess.
For those of you who don't really know Matt yet, we had a history where he was quite the cynical viewer. He hadn't seen any Star Wars, any Marvel prior to that, and he did not like most of it. So those moments that he did like it, he liked Marvel in the end, but it was he still hates Star Wars, don't you, Matt?
Yep, don't like it.
So I'm hoping that some of the memories of some of the other movies that we've seen in the past kind of come back to light, and hope get to enjoy some of those small, not quite as long nostalgia pieces, but we'll still enjoy some of that. So that's my hope.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am. I'm excited. There's a certain respect that I have for movies that I used to not. Like when we first watched Star Wars, I just didn't have a respect for movies. So I think that has grown more, and thanks to Star Wars, I think I've appreciated it a little bit more. So I'm going into it, looking forward to it.
It sounds like to
Don't
me
do
that
this.
you want to
Don't do
watch
this.
Star Wars
Don't
again.
do this
doesn't
to
it?
me. No,
It sounds like you want to rewatch Star
Don't
Wars.
do this to me.
All right, I say we go ahead and get into it. Spider-Man, No Way Home.
What's up, guys? It's been a while. I've been away from Holden's channel for quite some time. I've been working on quite a few things, stuff that I've enjoyed doing. Holden and I are going to be doing some more things. I've been working on programs. I'm into the fitness thing, if you did not know. And I've created something that I think's going to be right up your alley. Basically, it's an at-home or in-gym workout. It's super simple. It's 30 days. The intention is to work on behavior change, focusing on those habits and getting it down. My intention is consistency over intensity. If you're looking to get in shape, if you want to work on that progress, there it is. So using that link below, it'll be good. I don't know what else.
A warning, you may find this video disturbing.
Spider-Man was responsible for the brutal murder of Mysterio.
Remember that?
I remember the dude. Yeah.
Spider-Man's name is Peter Parker.
Old Super Bowl head.
What the? High school delinquent.
High school delinquent.
Delinquent.
He's like the top of his class.
People.
I was gonna say it's completely accurate of social culture.
Yeah, well, the fact that it's all a lie, people just are believing it.
Yep.
That's what the Far From Home was more about. People will believe anything if you...
Dave Chappelle did a great joke about that.
I'll kill you. No, dude.
So do y'all like that suit that he's wearing or no?
Yeah.
I like the blue and the red.
You should too. Iron
My
Man gave it
preference...
to him.
Yeah,
Really?
I agree. My preference is
forgot.
kind of the more classic. It's a cool variant suit.
Yeah.
You should just swing me, yeah.
So in all the previous one, he's such a fan of Spider-Man, but
Yeah.
hated Peter Parker.
Ah,
And so
see?
now he's finding out that
Thank you. Yes.
it's the same person.
I guess he turns the sticky off on the fingers when he wants to.
Yeah, it's just kind of how he holds on to stuff.
I could have been more fun. I can be.
I don't know what to do.
Wait, have you been crying?
He looks good. In good shape.
I want to talk to you about your relationship, okay?
Peter, is that?
Is that here?
Choppers are way too close together.
Yeah.
Spider Menace.
What do you do? Get a podcast or something?
Parker.
Yeah, he's like Alex Jones, kind of.
Oh, nice.
Literally us.
Nick Fury has been off planet for the last year.
What?
Because at the end of the last one, Nick Fury the whole time was a Skrull.
A shapeshifter, man.
Yeah.
Why would you risk it all by getting involved with a vigilante like Peter Parker?
I have an idea why.
Got that spider strength.
Once the real web slinger.
Was Spider-Man's guy in the chair? Oh, I know. I would like to have my words stricken from the record. Child endangerment's a nasty rap.
Yeah, I mean,
The boy was entrusted to you.
this picture of him.
Well, I have some good
Matt,
news.
Yeah. It's I'm blind guy with a cane. The Daredevil.
we never watched
There you
Daredevil,
go.
though, did you?
That's all the movie with what's his name that everybody hated.
Yeah, but that's
Ben
not
Affleck?
him.
Yeah.
Still blows my mind that he's in this.
I advise securing a lawyer. You're gonna need a really good lawyer.
How did you just do that?
I'm a really good lawyer.
Big moment though, because it came from Netflix.
Look at the jersey. Nice.
He doesn't care.
New York
No
Islanders.
respect. I like Jon Favreau a lot.
Except for a select few, everything he touches is just gold, in my opinion.
Yeah,
You're a people person.
I love people. I love them so much.
kind of like MJ there. You like my MJ.
I am the most famous person in the entire world. Man, I'm still broke.
Get you some sponsorship deals. It'll work out.
Both like each other. We get it. Hang up. There's no need for being broken. Okay?
We love you! And they are you gonna don't flip! Hey, listen,
Do a flip.
Come on, my boy, you come at Flash Thompson.
Capitalizing.
Yeah.
Midtown High, where we shape heroes.
This together for you.
No, you did that. I know what you did.
Stop it, you're embarrassing yourself.
I know what you did.
He's a conspiracy theorist.
hypnotize females, which he used to seduce Jones Watson.
Oh, that's coming back in the movie. That's foreshadowing. Yeah, it's foreshadowing.
We're gonna do it right up here on top of the school.
Finally, some
I'm gonna hypnotize you right now. Bro, you're an ultimate block right now.
If you expect disappointment, then you can never really get disappointed.
Aw.
That's crazy sad.
A lot of people feel that way.
Yep.
You know?
It's okay.
This is us trying to get a house. Those Legos.
Oh, no.
That makes me so.
I could care less.
Couldn't care less, Matt. Couldn't.
I could care less. You know I do that just to annoy you, right?
I know you do.
In light of recent controversy, you're
Oh.
to...
I don't think they'd be that transparent with you, but right on.
There's Matt.
That one hurts a little.
Yeah, you know, you have each other. You have a roof over your head.
I do need to show this letter to my parents.
You know, there's a VFX breakdown of this scene right here, him just walking to this.
Oh, it's a Magic Dad.
I remember you didn't like his first movie.
I did not like the first one.
Try not to slip. We don't have liability insurance.
I thought you were the Sorcerer Supreme.
No, he got it on a technicality. I don't have the time stone anymore.
Wasted your time, just
You didn't.
forget about it.
Very good at forgetting things.
You've actually generated a good idea. Do you remember the full moon party at Carmitage? Oh, exactly.
I like that they're setting the stage here for potential time travel. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Really appreciate you doing this for me, sir.
Don't mention it.
Can't some people still know?
Wizard gang
The
signs.
spell works, and everyone in the world's going to forget that you're Spider-Man, except your girlfriend.
God, Ned. Ned, nah, but my Aunt May should really know.
Peter, stop tampering with the spell.
What, Cappy?
No, I'm annoyed.
No, it's... Everyone that knew that I was Spider-Man before should still know!
Basic questionnaire could have prevented every bit of what we're saying right now.
You changed my spell 6 times. Look, Parker, the problem is not Mysterio. Trying to live 2 different lives, and the longer you do that, the more dangerous it becomes, believe me. You tried to convince him to reconsider. There's nothing else you can do.
You mean like I could have called them?
You haven't called?
Well, I mean, I got their letter, and I mean, when you put it like that, then...
What's in it for me?
Is Flash's hair true to the comics or something?
No.
So it was a stylistic choice?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. I forgot that he flies. Does he? That's not new. Okay.
That's with that suit.
That's right. Sorry, gotta catch up. Apologies.
You have to include a lot of suits to sell more toys.
It also works because there's always that debate about how he's web slinging across open area.
Yeah, that's always, seriously, that has always been something.
But
I've
now
been like,
he's
how
just
do
got to
you
get
do
to a
that?
tall building and glide.
That was a reference to the original Amazing Fantasy 15, where he had little webs under his arms.
Yeah. Oh. Don't let MIT be dumb like me.
MIT is dumb?
I mean, like, the dumber...
Why are you running?
Oh my god.
Oh, he's back.
Remember this?
Is it the same dude? Yes.
Hello, Peter.
You remember him, huh?
Yeah.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
So good.
It's gone.
Matt, if you recall, he's not in the MCU. He was in those other Spider-Man movies.
Oh, that's right.
So how does this make sense?
Disconnected, yeah.
And he died.
And he died, yeah.
I wish you wouldn't have told me that because I forgot that part. You know how I feel about it. But it's a different world.
Yeah, it's a different
so
universe,
Does that
though.
count? Oh, God.
Ooh, that was
Still development.
Should have killed your little girlfriend when I had the chance.
kind of looks like a little chipmunk in that shot.
He was always good. I always felt he fit that role well. Granted, I don't know who the hell else would have done it. But
Jeez.
I can't.
The destruction.
I was
is
just about to
ridiculous.
say that. I can never separate myself from being like, there's just millions of dollars is being destroyed.
Good thing everyone got out of their car and way fast.
God. For this, he's definitely getting them into MIT, right?
Yeah, personally saving her.
I underestimated you. You're not Peter Parker. What's happening?
New device detected.
You listen to me.
Peter, you're a hero. No, well, keep your noses clean. Maybe you'll have a fair shot.
Nice. Please be Willem Dafoe. Please be Willem Dafoe. Your silence doesn't. Oh, it's so good. Dang it.
Multiverse is real.
This shouldn't even be possible. Slimy green.
Do you remember him from Amazing Spider-Man?
Spell?
Vaguely. I remember, yeah.
How did you do that?
Lots of birthday parties.
Can't believe I'm in the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Neither can I.
So, sometimes I get these tinglings in my hands.
You should talk to your physician.
Hey, Scooby-Doo this
I'm telling a couple magic words myself, starting with the word please.
That was pretty good.
Ooh. He's got a crossbow.
Who the
the hell are these two?
These are my friends.
Dr. Otto Octavius.
So the disrespect.
Wait,
The
what's
disrespect.
your actual name?
It can't be him. Because Norman Osborn died years ago. You're flying out into the darkness to fight a ghost.
Oh, Alfred Molina really brings it.
He's just got the phone taped to his phone.
I know, I saw that.
Ooh.
It's me, Flint Marco. You remember?
I'm Peter, but I'm not your Peter.
See the Cox cable plant?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
The hell?
Remember Jamie Foxx in The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
No.
He was Electro, he was the blue guy.
Completely forgot.
He fell into the vat of eels.
The vat of what?
Eels? Electric eels?
Y'all just gonna stand here and act like I ain't butt-ass naked? What did you just do to him?
No, it's okay, it's okay.
I don't know you.
You know this?
They were from the Amazing Spider-Man movies, Matt.
I want a taste of that new energy I just felt.
Oh yeah, boy.
Coward.
Yeah.
Yes!
Conquer. You make me sick. Leave me alone.
Such a diverse character. Like, if you really just look at him, there's so much there.
Yeah.
Like, he and Sandman don't really match up in depth, you know? Like,
Yeah. Sandman just like wants to provide for his daughter.
yeah, yeah.
I saw Spider-Man in an ad for this place.
Wearing green and purple.
Ain't nowhere else to go.
Yeah, it's Goblin.
Yeah, yeah, no, I was saying,
Oh,
like, they're still nodding to the green and purple.
I can't tell that it's green and purple though.
Ah, damn.
On account of my color blindness.
Purple hoodie.
They don't like this?
It's like stealing.
This is what we do. We help people. This is what's best for them.
Daily Bugle.
Oh,
Yes.
Another daily fix.
Speaking of which, check out Matt's new program.
Detox teas.
Mary Jane?
It's Michelle Jones, actually.
Fascinating.
I love this classical theme they're playing there.
Octavius, what happened to you?
What happened to me? You're the walking corpse.
What do you mean?
You died.
They both died. Fighting Spider-Man. Impaled by the glider. Drowned in the river with your machine.
That's nonsense. I had him by the throat. And then I was here.
Oh, please. I was about to turn into pure energy and then
Great, you caught another one.
No, wait, Strange, he's not good.
You caught another one.
Some of these guys are gonna die.
In the grand calculus of the multiverse, their sacrifice means infinitely more than their lives. If they die, they die.
If he dies,
He dies.
Don't.
Kill him?
No, he's separated his ethereal form from his physical form.
Yeah, that's right.
Had you just been separated from your physical?
Sorry, I could have just...
I had no idea.
Spider sense protecting the box. See the little
can see
wiggly
the-
lines there? That's from the comics.
It's literally just me.
I know, swimming back into his corpse. Oh yeah.
Inception stuff.
I love saying this in IMAX.
Wow, forgot about all this.
Oof.
Oh, what are you doing?
So wrong on so many levels. Lord. Is anybody's brain melting watching this? Just me?
I love it.
The mirror dimension is just geometry.
Kaleidoscope action.
Geometry. You can do geometry. You know what's cooler than magic? Math.
Don't do this.
I have to try. I just had a fight with Dr. Strange and I totally won. What? Look at If I can fix what happened to you, then when you go back, things will be different, and you might not die fighting Spider-Man.
You know, I'm something of a scientist.
I swear, if I don't hear from you, I'm pressing the button.
No way, that's his girlfriend. No way.
Where's Connors?
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
You gonna cook us some cures and some frozen burritos in a microwave?
Fabricator.
I thought that was the tanning bed Happy broke.
Feast from the games.
Ooh, I wonder if that was foreshadowing.
Fresh water or salt? You know, because you're an octopus.
How'd you end up like that anyway?
I fell into a vat of electric eels.
I fell into a super collider.
Damn, gotta be careful where you fall.
That totally worked. I got it. I did.
Keep your science fair project away from me.
I get out of this, we're gonna rip you a new time.
Dr. Octavius.
It's so quiet. It's me.
Gotta sell more toys.
Yeah.
Cyborg, you bring a cyborg with robot legs into my house?
You're about to become whole again. Just you. Just me.
Are these your Legos?
Like this sort of underwater sound that they...
What is it, Peter?
What's happening?
That's some neat trick. Norman?
Norman's on sabbatical, honey.
Did you really think that I'd let that happen?
God, he's so good.
Fighting her holy moral mission. These are not curses. Struggling while the world tries to make you choose. Gods don't have to choose. Run.
Oh.
What have you done?
I liked you better before.
Did you see that?
Now you don't.
Strong enough to have it all.
Too weak to take it.
Oh. Literally Sony right now. Just goes to show how strong he is. Oh.
Dang.
Morality is choking you. It didn't work. He got it from you. That pathetic sickness.
Taking notes. Doesn't seem like a pivotal point in the movie.
Oh yeah, it doesn't.
Oh. Ooh, okay. She could be paralyzed.
Peter, Peter, Peter. You can thank me later.
Golly. Calling BS on that, but okay. She would be broken in half.
Don't just listen to a stranger and let him send me.
You did the right thing.
It's not my responsibility, mate.
No, Peter, you listen to me. It's great power. There must also come great responsibility.
Finally.
They kind of mixed it up.
They actually, to their defense, that's the direct quote from the comics.
She just fell down.
Yeah.
Got it. There's some practicality. All right.
It's comic accurate and super not comic accurate all at the same time.
Yeah, there's got to be a price he has to pay. Oh.
Somebody!
What happened? Nothing happened.
I'm watching Holden. Jesus.
We're okay. May? May, look at me, May, please. What are you doing, May? Please, will you just wake up and talk to me, please?
Just open fire like that.
I was just gonna pop shots. Yeah.
There could be a bunch of other people in there too.
Yeah.
The destruction.
Gotta teach these superheroes CPR.
With your own eyes.
So not fair.
Everything Spider-Man touches comes to ruin.
I just wish we could see him. Just wish we could see Peter.
Peter!
Ah, it's a different Peter. Okay. I wonder which.
Yeah,
I wonder
buddy.
which actor it'll be. Oh, it's him. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Super hyped you are, Matt.
A lot of hair.
The theater went bananas.
I didn't really care much about him.
Wow. Okay.
He was good. He was good. But he doesn't beat the OG.
That is true.
He doesn't.
I was trying to see if you have the tingle thing.
I have the tingle thing, just not for
Crawl around.
Crawl around.
Why do I need to crawl around?
Because this is not enough.
This is plenty.
No, it's not. Do it.
Paul was asking if you could just get the cobweb there.
Like she came out to ask him to.
Thank you.
This was so hush hush when this movie came out, Matt.
It would be a big spoiler if somebody
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey! My guy looks like he just stepped out of a Starbucks.
It's okay, I just came through this, Peter Parker.
They're using his sound effect too. I love it.
My Lola's asking if you could clean up the webs you
He needs my help.
Our help.
The top of the Chrysler building.
Empire State.
That is a sweet view.
It honestly still blows my mind that they're in this movie, even now.
Why?
Because
I can just feel the amount of, like, oh my God.
For one thing, they're characters owned by Sony.
Uh-huh.
You know, they were never part of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right. Yes.
There was a lot of conversation just to get this Spider-Man into the MCU.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Got some understanding of what it is.
No, please don't tell me that you know what I'm going through.
It's kind of relatable, bro.
My Uncle Ben was killed.
I lost Gwen. She was my MJ. I'm never gonna be able to forgive myself for that. At some point, I stopped pulling my punches. Good performance. I got rageful.
I hunted down the man who I thought did it. I wanted him dead. I got what I wanted. It didn't make it better. I can still hear her voice in my head. She told me there was great power comes great responsibility.
Uncle Ben said it.
The day he died. Maybe she didn't die for nothing, Peter. I think I can make an anti-serum for Dr. Osborn. You have someone?
Do you?
Took a while, but we made it work. Me and MJ.
Sorry, did you mean that? Or Peter.
We're all
yeah.
been waiting on this part. Battle dressed as a cool youth pastor, or that came out of you.
Yeah.
How on earth does that even?
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Cure some ass.
Cure that ass.
Truth is, I could have killed you.
The Statue of Liberty? Good God, folks!
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man could really...
It's all copper again, too.
You want me to crack it?
Yeah.
Didn't he actually have like a back issue?
Yeah, that's why
shooting?
he almost wasn't in Spider-Man 2. Fun fact, Jake Gyllenhaal, who's Mysterio, was going to take his place in Spider-Man 2.
Ah, this is so cool.
What's that? What's wrong?
Yeah, it is meta.
Nerd!
I don't do breathing. Like, breathing just happens.
Whoa.
Like,
Whoa.
Does it come out of anywhere else?
I'm lame compared. Like, I fought a Russian guy in a rhinoceros machine.
You're amazing.
Just the amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can take it. No, I kind of needed to hear that. Thank you.
It's like listening to you and Matt talk.
We even cracked his back the way Matt cracks mine.
Yeah, it's true.
No.
Woo! Looks so fun. Really want to go back on the Spider-Man ride at Universal. I love the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, and I love the Raimi suit. I just love them all.
I like the Raimi suit.
Raimi suit's my favorite, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a close second.
Old friend Spider-Man.
Trying to save you, Max. That's all I've ever wanted. How many people like the lizard guy?
From Amazing Spider-Man, I guess a decent amount, I suppose.
Really?
I'm not Peter. Stop arguing, both of you. Listen.
The Avengers.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. What is that?
Okay, Peter 1, Peter 2.
Peter 2.
Peter 3.
Peter 3.
All right, let's do it.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Did they never say Spider Sense?
I don't think they've said that yet, Spider-Sense.
And then I don't know if they said it in the original or
In the original they did.
This has to be like a Spider-Man wet dream for people, you know?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
this is Holden.
Them swinging through. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All
In
right.
a towel.
All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, it was a little moist in the theater. After
Yeah. I love that. Flipping through, I love it.
I'm coming.
It's a shot taken from Spider-Man 3.
Really?
They had to use, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was a different take from the one they used in the movie, but...
All right, a lizard, and we should.
Oof.
Dr. Davis, no.
What are you doing?
There you go.
There you go.
What plan?
He's curing them.
This is also taken from the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Did you just open a portal?
Yes, sir, I did.
You from Queens. You got that suit. You help a lot of poor people. I just thought you was gonna be black.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Power of the sun.
In the palm of your hand.
Peter? How are you?
Trying to do better. You went to the Grand Canyon?
He could have used your help.
No, it's
Can the Spider-Man come out to play?
I hate those things. Oh.
That stuff.
Are you okay?
You remember?
Yeah, that stuff.
Not good, not good, not good.
You just now noticed he was there banging on the...
I just want to kill you myself.
Attaboy.
What decision will he make?
Willem Dafoe is like perfect.
He's so good, dude.
Freaking eyes of his.
Gotta let him decide. Alright, now I should kill him.
You are the one that killed her.
Peter.
Let's make sure he just stabbed him in the jugular and saved him.
Got in the vein.
That
Might have been a small
Went
needle.
through the vein.
Are there people in the sky?
People in the sky? Comic book villains that haven't been in any live action stuff yet. Rhino. I think there was Scorpion there.
Because of you.
What if everyone forgot who I was?
What?
But this time, make everyone forget who Peter Parker is. Make everyone forget.
Everyone who knows and loves you, we'd have no memory of you.
I know.
It's a lot, kid.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You're in so much pain, huh?
I am.
Okay, no.
You sure?
Fine, I promise. Forget who you are. What are you talking about?
It's okay. I'll make you remember me.
What if we can't remember you? I don't want to do that.
But it'll be okay.
You promise?
The promises were crackers. My daughter would be fat.
What's that from?
It's from Spider-Man 2.
I'm going back to Sony.
Spider-Man 3 footage there. That's amazing Spider-Man 1 footage. Aw.
I wonder what the logistics were like after they forgot who he was. Like how they get home. Like
what
who
are we
explained
doing
this
here?
to them? Yeah, exactly.
Peter Parker, you don't know me, but
How do you try and convince somebody that you've never met?
Yeah.
Or that, you know,
Yeah, by the way, we've had a complete past life, basically.
yeah, she is flirting with her new man.
Got an MIT.
Peter Parker, your coffee.
Right.
Expect disappointment.
Because then you'll never actually be disappointed. Right?
I don't know, it just kind of feels different this time for some reason.
You okay?
It doesn't really hurt anymore.
Pete's looking pretty sharp though. I wonder where he got those clothes.
Is there anything else?
You would be really freaked out by now.
It's different when you're an attractive guy.
I'll see you around.
I lost a good friend a while back. Felt like this.
Okay, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
I'd love to meet Jon Favreau.
He doesn't know him at all because
Doesn't know Peter Parker.
he doesn't know Peter Parker. Okay, okay.
Like, how can he get a job without a social security card?
Yeah. You can do Uber or Lyft or OnlyFans or something.
You can't. What? He made his own suit. Looks like pretty thin material.
I like the theory behind it about the reason he's not using the suit that Tony made anymore is because the AI wouldn't recognize him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love this suit though. Wish you
Yeah.
could see it more clearly. Classic Spidey suit.
There's a lot to unpack.
Hang on.
there.
It's
A
Marvel.
lot.
Okay. Okay.
You love Venom too, I
I
know.
love Venom.
Love this dude.
Billionaire. He had a tin suit and he could fly.
He could fly.
Hulk.
Yeah, you thought Lethal Protector was a name.
Yeah. Yes, they do not love stones.
Eddie,
No, they do
don't
not
stop.
love stones.
We are drunk. Don't here, no, don't again!
Left a little bit for the Marvel Universe.
Just finished watching Spider-Man No Way Home. I've given a lot of thoughts on this. I'll probably leave most of my thoughts on the video that Jen and I did when we first watched it. I'll try not to repeat too much stuff. Really love to know, Jen, how you felt watching it again.
No surprise, just like the first time, I enjoyed it. But this time I enjoyed it for a little different reasons. I enjoyed seeing the Green Goblin a little more. I think it's because I was able to kind of absorb some less obvious scenes going on. Like in the first one, I was very excited about the three of them getting together. And while that's great, the second time around, I was able to absorb Green Goblin and Electro and Doc Ock. I really enjoyed seeing them, and even the lizard guy, who I was not a fan of, and the Sandman. Obviously, I still enjoy seeing the three Spider-Mans get together. I think that's always kind of the pinnacle of this movie, you know, just that heartwarming collection of Spider-Man heroes just getting together. It hit me much harder this time around with Aunt May. Hated seeing her die in the first one, but this one just like hit me where it hurts. It was really difficult to see her die. Also of Peter Parker's reaction, seeing him at his very lowest, seeing his two friends who he obviously trusts 100%, consoling him. Those moments really hit harder this time around. Doctor Strange, every time I see a movie with him in it, I just appreciate his character even more. I don't really have any complaints. I enjoy it. I think I'm always gonna enjoy this movie.
Prime, what about you? I know we've already seen this, but just some thoughts watching it again, watching it with us.
A lot of movies I can put in the category of does it have rewatchability, and this one definitely does. I think you pick up Easter eggs, different ones, every time you watch it. And the best thing I think about the MCU is their ability to mash up. These are some of my favorites, is when like Civil War, Avengers, this Spider-Man movie, where they just keep pulling in. And now they've been able to do it with Sony's previous two Spider-Man movies. So much fan service, but this is, I feel like, one of those movies that we just wanted and we got it and we are excited. I felt they did it right. You kind of always go through your head about how that's gonna turn out and how it would be like if not only the actors themselves, but the characters got together. And I love how they fed off each other. That it's such a simple moment of them all up on the Statue of Liberty, just the three of them chatting about
like the back pain and stuff like that.
Well, not just that, but just everything about it. It's not only them inverse talking to each other, but it's almost like the fans themselves. All three of them, you really saw their great act ability too. The Amazing Spider-Man, I haven't gone back and watched those ones, but I feel like this movie gives more to that now. It's a fun movie, but it also has some heart in there too.
Man, I really do wish I was able to hang out and enjoy this with the crew this time around. Unfortunately, for the past week and some change, I've been feeling pretty under the weather, so I wasn't able to join, but of course I still wanted to take a second to weigh in and share my thoughts, especially as somebody who is a huge fan of Spider-Man. If you love Maguire, if you love Garfield, or if you love Holland, or all three, each of them gets their own moment to shine in this movie, and it's really great. Andrew Garfield comes out the MVP, right? He went from being kind of the butt of the joke to now we can really see what he brought to the table as Spider-Man. I think that's awesome. I also really like that finally we have reset the board and we've got Peter Parker back to a man with very little resources, who's been bit by a spider, who's getting by on his own ingenuity, just out there in New York fighting crime, kind of free of the greater MCU, and that's where I wanted him to be the entire time. If I've got one criticism, and it's kind of a doozy, the spell that Doctor Strange casts in this movie just, I don't know, maybe you can explain it to me, how this all makes sense, but trying to understand how you can remember, or how Happy can remember Aunt May, but not Peter, it just makes my head start spinning, right? And it's like, plus, okay, fine, in the context of Spider-Man No Way Home, maybe it works perfectly for you. But like, if that's the case, couldn't Doctor Strange use that same spell and like save a bunch of problems in Multiverse of Madness if all he had to do was like make Wanda forget her kids? I don't know. It left me asking a lot of questions. And not when I was watching the movie. I loved the movie when I was watching it. It was after the fact that I was like, don't know about that. It didn't prevent me from enjoying it in the theaters. I give it an 8 out of 10. The character stuff works so well. I thought it integrated all of these characters in a way that felt, true to the story, and also gave flowers to each of them respectively. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with it, and I would love to hear your thoughts.
They're re-releasing Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters in September, called Spider-Man No Way Home, the more stuff version. I think that's the actual vernacular that they use for it. In a lot of ways, it feels like Sony is just kind of recapitalizing by adding in deleted scenes that they excluded from the Blu-ray release and are going to now edit into the movie and then re-release the movie.
Make that money!
That's very much how it feels, and because I'm a schmuck for Spider-Man, I'll probably be going to it and encouraging that bad behavior.
Don't say probably. Don't say probably. You know you're gonna go.
Yeah, but I thoroughly love this movie. I agree with Prime in that I think the rewatchability for it is very high. I don't want to go into like a whole spiel because I could talk about Spider-Man in this movie for forever. My big takeaway from this is that I feel like he's finally Spider-Man. I feel like the other MCU movies, it's been criticized he was like this Iron Boy Jr. He didn't feel like the everyman I feel like Spider-Man is. And so with him making like substantial sacrifices for the greater good at his own personal cost, we finally got that with great power, there must also come great responsibility moment. Even in this, he was like, it's not my problem, Aunt May, that's not my responsibility, because that's not Spider-Man. And the reason he felt like that at that moment is because he hasn't really been Spider-Man yet. And I think that he's living in this really crappy apartment, he's broke, his girlfriend doesn't know him, his best friend doesn't know him, he's all alone, and yet he's still choosing to be Spider-Man. So I feel like the thing that I love the most is where Spider-Man is left off. Of course, I love seeing everyone come back, Toby and Andrew and the other villains from the previous movie. I love all that. Matt, what did you think of Spider-Man No Way Home?
There's a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, I gotta say I love the depth of Willem Dafoe as an actor, and then Green Goblin. The depth of that character. Like, I'm not sure which one I like more, seriously. I was very much reminded of that in this movie, of how great Green Goblin is as a character, just the amount of turmoil in that head and just the struggle. A lot of good comedic timing in this movie. Didn't feel forced. They dropped 4 shit bombs. Like maybe it's because it's been so long since I've been watching these movies, but I forget that. I like it. Peter not understanding this multiverse thing really gave me a snapshot of like how young he still is, at least in the beginning of the movie. I guess you could say he's matured towards the end, but it shows you that he's not that experienced Spider-Man. Maybe he's that Spider-Boy. Strong enough to have it all, too weak to take it. I feel like that line was just about there, but I get what he was saying, and I think that serves to where Peter is in the very beginning of the movie. Your weakness is your morality. I get what he's saying, that was an insult, and I think you could even argue that it was his downfall, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I 100% like that. So, side note, nobody cares about this, but Aunt May saying that I'm just trying to catch my breath, it's actually quite accurate because she was bleeding out and losing it. Anyway, you're gonna feel like you can't breathe. Anyway, I didn't like it that Aunt May died, but it made complete sense that Peter had to pay some sort of price. It didn't feel out of place, basically. So I know we've been over this before, me missing out and not seeing these movies for quite some time. Why, if he got bit by the spider, why does he need the web shooter?
Because he got all the powers of a spider except for the web swinging. Except for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, that was kind of included with his powers.
To finally get to that point, it was cool seeing both Peters come on screen, and I did know that. I had just seen that in passing, but I think I was definitely a little more excited to see Tobey. I think I'm drawn to him more because you introduced that one to me first.
Came first, so.
Yeah. But I was introduced to that one first too, so. Peter's answer to Doc Ock was trying to do better. I thought that was really well put. Like, he could have said anything. I've been hanging in there.
He was quoting himself from Spider-Man 2, where he's like, you're always late, and he's like, I'm trying to do better.
Okay. See, that brings even more meaning to it. I like it. I was a little disappointed that Peter didn't make the decision himself to not stab and kill Goblin. Toby had to come in and stop him. And I wish that Peter would have made that decision on his own. But I also understand that dual side of like, you gotta lean on your team thing. So I don't know. When you help someone, you help everyone. First glance, I'm like, that's kind of cringy, but it's actually quite accurate. Michael Jackson had that song about be that change. Anyway. Yeah, man in the mirror. Okay, rewatchable. You're right, very rewatchable movie. I feel like some of the movies have been like one and done, you get the story, but there's so many Easter eggs, like Prime said. Bit of an unsatisfactory ending for me, to be honest with you.
Why?
Just, again, like Peter, I really wish he would have made that decision to not kill him. But all in all, good, rewatchable, good movie. Yep.
I could talk about this movie forever. Well, I'll leave the review Jen and I did because we actually dressed up to go to the theater. We had an audio reaction of the movie when we were there, so we pulled the audio of like the main parts, like when Andrew was revealed and Toby were revealed, where you could hear me and Jen like freaking, oh, really me, freaking out. That was a lot of fun, and we gave a pretty long review for the movie at the time. Those are my big takeaways. I love seeing this movie. I still struggle with seeing like Zendaya. I still get a little bit of that sort of Disney Channel acting kind of come out from time. MJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just kind of the well, it's a lot of that I get from her, but she's okay. That's a little nitpick.
Garfield crushed it. He did a great job. Yeah. Great acting.
So, because of this, there was this rejuvenated interest in the Amazing Spider-Man movies because his movies were always like seen as like the lower tier of the Spider-Man, which is unfortunate because I think Andrew Garfield is probably the best actor of all three of them, and that's saying something, I think.
Great actor, yeah. Yeah, great actor, I agree.
Yeah. Everything, like his range of everything I've seen him in, he's absolutely fantastic. But the Spider-Man movies weren't all that well received. But because like of how he was in this one, and how he was just so likable and he was so charismatic, people are like pushing for Amazing Spider-Man 3. So I jokingly is like strong enough to have it all, but too weak to take it. I think of Sony, because Sony could easily make a Spider-Man 4 with Toby. They could make Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Andrew, keep them all in separate universes. Everyone's happy. They make millions of dollars in the process, but they're twiddling their thumbs like Warner Brothers. They just don't know what to do with these properties. Instead, they make Morbius, and they're making El Muerto or something, which is like this obscure Spider-Man villain.
All right, Holden, back on track. Back on track, Holden.
All right, sorry. Anyway. Thoroughly love this movie. I'd love to know, we rated it. I don't remember what we rated. I think mine was like a 9.5.
I think mine was as well.
Yeah, so we were pretty high. Prime, what would you rate this one?
I'd rate it somewhere between 8.5 and 9, so about a degree lower. My nitpick with it is the bigger, kind of towards the end. The whole spell thing, Strange seemed like he was, it almost felt in the beginning that Strange was purposely messing up the spell, even though Peter Parker kept throwing stuff in, but you'd think Strange would, he just kind of seemed like, okay, I'll do this. Now you messed it up. That's the feeling I got, so I'm not sure on that, if that comes back with a future thing or not. And then towards the end, everyone forgetting about Peter Parker kind of draws in this whole other thing. I know Spider-Man is still known amongst them all. The other Peter Parkers going back to their realities, does it? Yeah. Does it affect them as well? Are they coming back and going to be forgotten? I mean, they kind of insinuate too that Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is married to MJ and they're having a good life. Is he going to go back and she's not going to remember him? Like, this starts to set off now. This gets into the fan theories and even more. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
No. I think it's a good chewing
It
point.
changes a big dynamic in a lot of this, and so it's like that's kind of like I want to see little hints of that much further what's going to happen now, because Peter's on his own completely.
Towards the ending, why it was a little bit unsatisfactory is he didn't make the decision about Green Goblin, and then also it's like, all right, everybody's going to forget about you. It seems like he's telling Doctor Strange, like, I'm going to pay the price. Everyone will forget me, and all that will be over. And it's almost like he's dying. I know he's not dying, but there's a consequence to be paid. But if he's just gonna go back and then start chumming her up, in the diner and whatnot, they're gonna develop a relationship again. So it's like, did he really pay a price? I understand the relationship.
But he kind of did it because he had the note that he was gonna.
All right, guys, we're getting off track.
But you see what I'm saying?
So you rate this 8.5?
Yeah. I'll put it 9.
What about you, Matt?
Well, so I will definitely admit that I forgot quite a few pieces, and that's on me. That's not on the movie. I forgot some of the movies. You had to remind me of stuff. You had to remind me of stuff. Originally, I wanted to say like 7.5. I'll give it an 8 because because of my forgetting that. But yeah, it was good.
Would you watch this again?
Probably not on my own.
Oh, wow.
But it's rewatchable. Yes. If you were like, hey, let's watch it again, I'd be like, all right, yeah, it's not gonna be torture.
All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us for My Friend Watches. It's been a minute since we've done one of these. I had a lot of fun watching Spider-Man No Way Home. I had a ton of fun when Jen and I watched it in theaters. I love Spider-Man. I love watching these together. Oh, make sure you check out Jeremy's channel. I know he couldn't be here with us physically, but
love you, Jer.
I'll have a link in the description below. Also check out Matt's channel and Matt's program that we talked about at the very beginning if you want to go and check that out. using the promo code I'll put down below. But as always, all of us here appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.